It makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is now the most expensive natural disaster in American history. Wildfire insurance could go away after this.
You know, we talk a lot about terrorism on the show. Could it be terrorism? I mean, you said yourself, go ahead, what Al-Qaeda said.
No, it absolutely could be. And, we recovered plans, not we, but the royal we, the, Special Operations and Intelligence Community, law enforcement. I'm not sure who was the appropriating, agency, but there were plans recovered from Al-Qaeda that had a proposed plan to attack America with wildfire. Because anyone who's been to the Western U.S., spent time out there, you go out there in those dry months, August, September, October, especially like now with the Santa Ana winds kicking, it's the cheapest way to wreak absolute havoc on our nation. The cheapest way. Mm-hmm. I mean, 9/11 was pretty damn cheap, but they trained those guys for a few years. They had to hijack airliners, and it was a complex plan, well executed. Hate those guys, but you got to respect that was a well executed plan. Terrible. Think about wildfires. Easiest thing ever. I mean, drive down the interstate with a Roman candle or, a Evian bottle of kerosene, light it and throw it out the window and keep driving. And the fuel is so explosive that, especially in winds like this, those fires will move fast. I mean, so last year, the Smokehouse Creek fire in Texas, we'll get back to LA in a second, but I think it's important for folks to realize everyone's talking about LA, as they should be. That fire at peak spread, when it was being pushed by 80-mile-an-hour winds, was burning 2 football fields a second.
Do we know how this started?
Not yet, and obviously one thing about arson investigation is it is inherently challenging because the area has been burned. There's definitely been accusations that this is arson. I have not seen any, foolproof evidence that it was, but there absolutely has been arsonists all over the country that started these fires. And one thing that has been a big issue on the West Coast is a lot of the homeless drug population, where they're out there, they've got a stove, they're either cooking their food or meth or whatever in these homeless camps, and then fires kick off in there, and then boom, it's gone. But when you go back to the terrorist concept, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is now the most expensive natural disaster in American history. This is the scariest part about this fire. The deaths are terrible, the families and the homes destroyed. Wildfire insurance could go away after this.